Namaskar, myself Pratik. In this session, we are going to discuss the concept of local functions. Let us start this session. As discussed in previous session, there are two types of subprograms. One is functions and another is procedures. These functions and procedures can further be defined as local and stored. So you can see that there are two types of functions. One is local functions and another is stored functions. And the same way we have two types of procedures. One is local procedure and another is stored procedures. In this video session, we will discuss about local functions. And in coming video sessions, we will discuss about stored functions, local procedures and stored procedures. As discussed earlier, local subprogram is local to the PL/SQL module which contain it. It can be created in the declarative section of the PL/SQL module. It can only be invoked in a PL/SQL block in which it is created. It means that the scope of local function is only limited to the body of PL/SQL block in which it is created. And local function is created in the declarative section of a PL/SQL block. Now let us discuss the syntax of local function. As discussed, we can create a function in the declare section of a PL/SQL block. Here we are declaring a function in the declare section. This is the begin of main PL/SQL block. This is its exception section and this is the end of main PL/SQL block. In main PL/SQL blocks declare section, we are creating a function. Here we are declaring a function with name function underscore name. This is the user defined function name. After this, we have to specify the name of arguments. The syntax is argument, and then we have to specify the type of argument, which is in, out or in out. So there are three types of argument, that is in, out and in out. As these arguments are written in curly brackets, it means that we have to select one out of these three. It means we have to specify the type of argument either as in or out or in out. Then we have to specify the data type of argument, and you can see that we can specify any number of arguments. Arguments are written in square brackets. It means it is optional to specify arguments in a function. It means we can create a function without any argument also. As discussed earlier, it is compulsory for a function to return a value. To specify return data type, the syntax is return data type is as. Now is or as is again written in curly brackets. It means we have to select one out of these two. Either we have to specify is or as. Then we can specify local variables whose scope is only limited to the function body. Then we have a begin section of this function. Then we can have exception section of this function. The body of the function is terminated with end statement and the syntax is end function name. This is the user defined function name and it is optional to give the name of function here. You can use end function name or you can directly use end statement. Then we have a begin of main PL/SQL block. It is important to note that in the begin of main PL/SQL block, we can write a code to invoke or call this function. Then we have an optional exception section of main PL/SQL block. Then it is terminated with end statement. So this is the syntax to declare local function. In order to understand the usage of this local function with some example, let us first understand the type of arguments, that is in, out and in out. So there are three types or three modes of argument. One is in, second is out and third one is in out. In mode of argument is used to pass the value to a subprogram. This passed value of argument is processed in this subprogram and in this case we are also printing its value. Out mode is used to return the value of an argument after its processing. Here after processing the argument, we are returning its value to the calling environment through out mode of argument. Third and last mode of argument is in-out. In this mode, initial value of the parameter is passed to the subprogram. This subprogram will accept the value, process its value, and modify it to a new value. This modified or updated value of the argument is also returned to the calling environment through in-out mode. So we can conclude that in mode, initial value is passed to the parameter and it is processed. In out mode, the value is returned to the calling environment. In in-out mode, initial value is passed to the subprogram and its updated value is returned to the calling environment. Now let us compare the difference between in-out and in-out in a tabular manner. It is important to note that in is the default type of the argument, while out and in-out must be specified. In is used to pass the value to a subprogram, while out is used to return a value to the caller. In-out passes initial value to a subprogram and returns updated value to the caller. In is a formal parameter and it acts like a constant. It is a formal parameter which acts like an uninitialized variable. In-out is also a formal parameter which acts like an uninitialized variable. In is a formal parameter which cannot be assigned a value. Out is a formal parameter which cannot be used in an expression and must be assigned a value. In-out is a formal parameter and should be assigned a value. In can be a constant, initialized variable, literal, or expression, while out must be a variable, and in-out is also a variable. Now to understand the usage of local function, let us consider an example. Let us consider a PLSQL code to write local function to add two numbers. So this function should take two numbers as int type arguments. Then in the body of this function we have to add the value of these two arguments and store its result in third variable, and the value of this third variable which carry the result of addition should be returned to the calling environment through return statement. Now let us write the code for this local function. In declare section, we are declaring three variables. First two variables will be used to assign the value to the parameters of the function. An res variable will be used to store the result of addition. Here we are declaring a function with name addn, and you can see that we are declaring two arguments. First in number type and another argument with name second of type in number type. This function will return a variable of number type followed by is. There is no need to use any local variable, so we can directly start with begin. Two numbers will be in first and second, and we can store the result in this res variable. So first plus second is stored in this res variable. This is a global variable and it can be accessed in the body of this function. After performing the addition, we have to return this value. The statement is return, and in brackets we are passing the value of this variable res, and then this is the end of function. So this is the body of the function with the name addn. It has two arguments, first in number type, second in number type. It return a variable of number type. Is a keyword which is a part of syntax. Then we start with begin. There is no need to declare any local variable in this case. In begin section, we are performing addition of these two arguments and storing it in a third variable res, and we are also returning its value with the use of return statement. Then the function body is terminated with end statement. Now in the begin section of this main PLSQL block, we can call this function. In order to call this function, we will first assign the value to our variables a and b. So in this case, I am directly assigning 3 to a and 2 to b. But you can also take the value of a and b from the user by using the concept of substitutional variable. Since we are using Oracle Live, So I am directly assigning the value to A and B. But if you are working on SQL prompt, you can always use substitutional variable to take the value from the user. Now A has the value 3 and B has a value 2. Now we can call the function by using statement res assignment operator add n a comma b. Here add n is the name of this function and we are passing the value a and b. Here a is 3 and b is 2. So this 3 will be assigned to first and 2 will be assigned to second. 3 plus 2, 5 will be stored in this res variable and this value is returned. And after returning, we are storing this value in the global variable res. Now we can display its value by using dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. The string addition is concatenated with the value of this variable res. Then end will terminate this PLSQL block. Now let us move to Oracle Live to execute this code. Let us copy this code and execute it in Oracle Live. Let us execute this code. So you can see the output is addition is 5. We have achieved our objective. It is important to note that the scope of this function add-in is only limited to the PLSQL block in which it is created. This is all about the demonstration of local function. Thus, we will discuss some more examples of local function in next video session. To read more about this, you can refer my book Simplified Approach to DBMS, which is available on Amazon platform. You are requested to subscribe this YouTube channel to receive latest video tutorials on topics like data mining, machine learning, DBMS, big data, NoSQL and many more. To learn SQL in a simplified way, you can join this free online course on SQL which is available at Udemy platform. I have also authored books on data mining and data warehousing, NoSQL, beginning with SQL and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available on Amazon platform. To read more about this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.